Looks like it's going to be rain for the entire game this week. It probably won't take long for the pitches to get pretty sloppy, whatever your plans on offense. Of course, you want to run a football when it's raining out there, but we feel like football is football. No matter what the conditions are, we need to get it done, period. The goal is to try to get 50 yards rushing. We're going to try to flip that to 250 on the ground. We're going to use a lot of different personnel groupings for us to be able to accomplish that. Although this team is 500, it's a better football team than you may think. I think they are, one game away from a breakout season, to be honest with you. And then training for this team is going to be very personal. So we know who's in their backfield. We know he can do a little bit more. Honestly, this game is personal between AI and C-Mac, right? Two running backs. AI is chasing to be a great running back. Last year, he led the league in rushing yards, but he also did a good job out of the backfield. But you're dealing with McCaffrey, who does both, run the ball really well and catch the ball really well. There's some say he's the best receiving running back out the backfield. Our running back has been challenging the offensive line and challenging his defense to step it up in practice, scout team and all, step it up in practice because this game is personal. They compared him coming out to C-Mac and say he was a poor man C-Mac, and he's taking that personal from the time they started to grade him on who he was as a running back. So he's challenging the defense to step up and be able to hold him down while he do his job offensively. So the game plan, obviously, we feel like they got a good front seven on defense. I think this team will be blitzing a lot, so we are going to blitz counter these guys. As far as what we want to do defensively, goals, personal goals, we got to get an INT. It's Coach Prime's led team. We're going to allow 30 points or less. We want to keep that thing somewhere between 20 and under, but let's be reasonable. This is the NFL. How fast we score, we usually put defense be on the field a lot more than most defenses, and it's not a negative thing. Our offense scores super fast. So we're looking at 400 offensive yards, and as the head coach, Deion Sanders, says he wants to do what? Win the turnover battle. Never fails. All right, when you take a look at the 49ers roster, from offense to defense breakdown, what we're looking at out here. All right. So it's been a quarterback battle. Um, we do think Kyle McCord on as a diaper dandy, a rookie, will get the start. Right now they got him graded a little higher than Purdy, but you never know with this team. Now the game plan around Kyle McCord or Brock Purdy, either or, whoever's playing for this team, whoever starts quarterback for this team, we want to better apply pressure. I think Kyle McCord is a little bit more athletic than Purdy, a little bit more athletic than Purdy, and we want to make sure he's not using his legs to kill us. But we want to make sure he can show us he could beat our secondary and really get his team in and out of situations. We want to give him multiple looks. We want to disguise a lot. We want to make it hard for the rookie quarterback. Simple as that. He does have a strong arm, but I think Purdy brings more of a challenge to us in the short game. Most teams want to kill us with the short passing and hope their guys can make plays after the catch. Our job is to be firm on tackling. They catch the ball, we bring them down right away. We're definitely looking for turnovers. We're definitely looking to better be stuck on these guys like glue. The sit down boys is a very, very, very active in practice, and they understand the task in hand. Now, when it comes down to running back, obviously they got one of the best, if not the best, overall running back in the entire NFL. And we're looking at him, he's getting up there in age, but he's still who he is, right? They do have another running back behind him that can really, really run in between the tackles, and then they have a guy that they're kind of molding into Christian McCaffrey's replacement, and AJ Green from out of Arkansas. This kid is super fast, and most guys think he's a little back, but 5'11", 200 pounds, perfect size. He catch the ball really well out of the backfield, so we definitely want to worry about him, especially in the special team aspect of things. They got a Pro Bowl fullback. We know who he is, but he's up there in age. All right, so the matchups on the outside: Travis Hunter, Christian Gonzalez. Coach Prime said he wanted to do some things defensively when it comes down to Shiloh, Gonzalez, and Derek Stingley. They want to switch it up. They want to get Christian Gonzalez in the slot a little bit this week and see how it looks. Try to get Stingley going on the outside. He's making an adjustment to being able to, chase those slot receivers around. And we feel like he's doing a pretty good job at it, though. But we know what type of numbers he had last year in the INT department, turnovers and takeaways, is not there right now. And we just don't want to lose him as confidence, right? Pro Bowl player, second best corner in the NFL last year. So now, Travis Hunter being out there and him moving into the slot, and they just not getting the work that he would like to get, right? So we're gonna do a little bit of moving with him. We do feel like they got really good slot receivers in Parker Washington and Anani Smith. They're both young guys, right? But we do feel like they got really good speed at the wide receiver position. And Debo Samuel is more than just a receiver. We know between Christian McCaffrey and Debo Samuels, we know what type of Shanahan, type of scheming he like to do. They'll find ways to get these guys the ball, numerous different ways, whether it's running the football, throwing the ball to them. However, they do have a nice outside receiver that feel like he's physical. It's a really good 50-50 guy, special catch type guy, Xavier Hutchinson. He is turning into a productive receiver, and really think about what he's doing this year. 303 yards, only 2 touchdowns, but averaging 12.6 yards a pop right now, right? Like, seemed like he's gotten better every year. Um, Although his first year was his best year with 9 touchdowns, so we know he's going to break out, but we don't want it to be against us. Simple as that. At the tight end position, obviously they got George Kittle there, and we're going to go up to next 2 games we play are going to be against really good veteran tight ends. But we do think they can go too deep at the tight end position. We look at the offensive line, Warren McClendon out of Georgia, in his third season right now. He's a monster. We like Robert Hunt, the veteran at left guard. We know he's solid. Floyd Jenkins, the rookie, he's a really good center, though, at 6'7". It's going to be a nice little inside battle between our inside guys right there. You got Dedrick Pennington, another rookie. And we like the fact that they are playing rookies, right? So when you look at their center and their right guard is rookie base, we want to take advantage of that, like other teams try to do to us. And then Mike McGlinchey is the 30-year-old seasoned vet at right tackle. So they got a solid offensive line, though young, they mixed. But then Chop Robinson, he's balled out. You really think about Chop Robinson, I think this kid is a Pro Bowl type caliber player. I don't know if he made a Pro Bowl yet in his career, but when you look at his stats, man, 12 and a half sacks last year as a diaper dandy, 52 tackles, 10 tackles for loss. I mean, he gets to the quarterback. They lost Nick Bosa, but I think they did a good job in replacing him with Chop Robinson. And you also got Drake Jackson, who's starting to come on as well. And then you look at the right end, KJ Henry in his second year, another guy that we know that can get to the quarter. This is why we know their front seven is going to be active. And you know what they do is, I mean, you got a solid DN right here. And I can see why Nick Bosa, wanting that money, wasn't able to stay on this football team. Now, I'm not saying you could replace Nick Bosa, but when you got a guy that's been having double-digit sacks and his career thus far, right, as a rookie and last year, 10 and a half sacks. So they have really good dogs on the edge. And then you got to look at Drake Jackson, right? He can play as well. So they got 3 really good edge rushers. When it comes down to the D tackles, they are developing there, right? We feel like we can run the ball inside on this team, though. They're very young at the D tackle position. Wesley Steiner and Greenlaw, I think they can go hand to hand. Either one of these guys, they want the veteran that's not probably going to make a lot of mistakes. They're going to stay with the Greenlaw, but I think Wesley Steiner's the better athlete there. Definitely the faster athlete there. At middle linebackers, their strength, Fred Warner, and you got Patel. Both of these guys are really good. And then don't even sleep on Cody Simon, really good speed out of Ohio State, outside linebacker. Coach Prime said it's personal. They wanted Harold Perkins. They thought they'll get him at 10. Harold Perkins is a 49er, and we know what type of player he is, just to see if he's going to get it going. Let's look at what he's done thus far in this rookie campaign. Look what this man brings to the table. 37 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks at outside linebacker. He is a man-child. He's having a season like he's been in the league for 40 years. And then in the secondary, we feel like, Dre Bly Jr. is there, but we do feel like we can take advantage of this secondary. Andre Cisco. They do got really good safety play though. And Talafana Hufanga, both these guys are monsters at the safety, especially Hufanga, who will knock your block off. So we definitely got to protect the football and understand where these two guys are at all times. So the Niners got a really good roster. They got a mixture of veterans and young talent all over the place, and these guys are physical and they go after it. They get after it in the run game. They get after it with their front seven on defense. So we just want to better win on the edges with this team. And again, Israel said it's personal. He's our mic'd up offensive player, and it's personal for him. So we would just want to do him justice to better conquer something that he's been waiting for a long time, and that's to line up and show McCaffrey that he ain't the poor man's McCaffrey. His name is Anthony Israel. AI is what they call him. All right, when we get back, week 7, 4:05 at Levi Stadium. Houston is on the road up against the 49ers.